What's up guys, JT over at Team FAS Motorsports. Today we're going to be showing you how to put some axles in an Outlander 1000. This model is an XT Max Edition, so this customer needs front axles. So we're going to go ahead and focus on putting the front axles in. Process is pretty much identical for the rear. So we'll walk you through the steps, show you how to do it. Pretty easy process. If you've done it before, you know, obviously you're probably not going to have to watch this video, but if you haven't, it's definitely something you can tackle at home with some minor tools that pretty much everyone has. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. Before we do, if you can like this video, subscribe to the channel. We do have a giveaway going on, $500 gift certificate once we hit 500 subscribers. So there'll be a link to that down in the description, and let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is go ahead and take off the wheel. We always like to loosen them up while they're on the ground. Just seems to be a little bit easier. Wheel won't turn obviously when you're hitting it with your wrench. So we're going to go ahead and take this wheel off, then we'll jack it up, and we'll show you how to break down everything else and get to the axle. Okay, so what you want to do is just get these loose. Don't take them all the way off, obviously, until you have the machine jacked up off the ground. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we're going to go ahead and take off your caliper, your tie rod, and then we'll be able to take off the hub, the axle nut here, and we'll pull this up out of the ball joint, and we'll be able to slide that axle out and put the new one in. Okay, once you have those out, you can go ahead and just work this right out of the way for now. And then we'll go ahead and work on getting this axle nut off. And then we're going to go ahead and drop the tie rod and the top A-arm ball joint out. So the tie rod ends do have a washer top, washer bottom, and then the nut goes on. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, we can go ahead and take this nut off. We're going to pull your rotor hub out, and then we'll be able to go ahead and start working on getting the axle out of the way. So you will have the spacer and your nut. Most axles that you get aftermarket will come with new spacer, new nut, new cotter pin. So keep those on the side for now, but hopefully they'll all come with new ones. Slide this right off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this off so we can drop the bottom out, and we'll be able to get this far enough out that we can pull the axle out. Okay, so now once that's done, you should be able to just hit that, give it a few taps with a rubber mallet, and that should drop right up and out of the way. And then we'll go ahead and proceed to be able to get the axle out. Okay, so on this one, we tried hitting it down here to get it to pop out, but this model has a skid plate on it, so it's not going to allow the A-arm to drop down. So we're going to go ahead and remove the shock bolt here on the lower shock. Hopefully get that out of the way, and hopefully that'll give us enough where we can pull it up and then get the bottom ball joint to pop out. Okay, so to get this up and out of the way and hold it in place, we're going to go ahead and take a strap, just wrap it around the lower here. No, I'm sorry. We're going to take a strap right here, and we are going to go ahead and pull that up out of the way. So we should be able to hit this now and get it to drop down out of the way. Just like that. Now what you can go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead, release this top a little bit so we have some room to work, and we'll go ahead and slide this out. Okay, so now that the axle's out of the way, you're just going to go ahead and get the new axle, make sure everything's good with it, pop that back in. Now it's real important to make sure that this dust seal is fully seated in there before you go ahead and put this all back together. On these Outlanders, there is a right and a left front axle, so make sure you have the right one. Now you can go ahead and slide your new axle in, make sure everything is flush with the dust seal, and this slid all the way in, which it is. And then you're just going to go ahead and repeat the process, put all this back together, and you'll be done. And just remember, obviously you have your washer on your inside, your washer on your outside for the axle nut, and everything goes back just the way it was, caliper, your hub. They do give you a new cotter pin for these, so make sure you put your new cotter pin on right here. And that'll be about it. Okay, so that's how you go ahead and replace the axle on an Outlander 1000. Repeat the same thing for the other side. Obviously, like I said before, there is a right and a left, so make sure you have the right one in the correct spot. So I believe the splines are longer on the right-hand side, which is the passenger side of the vehicle. So make sure you go ahead and have the splines, the longer splines on that side. Other than that, pretty simple process. We always like to also check the brakes while we're in there. Since we have the caliper off, it's a good idea to check that. Make sure you grease your splines, make sure everything's all nice and tight. Your ball joints you can check your wheel bearings. You might as well do all of that while the machine is apart. So it's a good idea to just double check all that stuff while it's apart. If you have to lay up the machine for another few days, you know, it's better than doing the job twice. So we appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check in the description below for our giveaway. When we hit 500 subscribers, it will be a $500 gift card to our web store, and that is www.teamfasmotorsports.com. Thanks for watching.